If it wasn't Meryl Streep or Daniel Day-Lewis or any of the other big-name Oscar favorites, who could possibly have won 2 awards for the same performance? Honestly, you'll probably never guess. If there's one thing people love about the Oscars, it's a big moment. The envelopes containing the winners of the most prestigious film awards in Hollywood may be sealed, but that doesn't stop the powers that be behind each year's Oscars telecast from setting the night up for maximum surprise, drama, and inspiration. However, it doesn't always work. For instance, at the 93rd Oscars, the categories were rearranged so the telecast could end with Chadwick Boseman's posthumous Best Actor win, or so many presumed, although producer Steven Soderbergh denied this. Except Boseman didn't win, and category winner Anthony Hopkins wasn't at the ceremony, so the seemingly pre-planned big finish turned out to be an especially awkward dud. Now and again, though, the Academy's penchant for trying to plan around potential wins results in some happy accidents. Such was the case in 1947, when Harold Russell made history as the first non-professional actor to win 2 different Oscars for his turn in The Best Years of Our Lives.
Say, how about the 3 of us going back to Butch's place? We'll have a couple of drinks and then we can go home.
You're home now, kid.
Russell's casting in William Wyler's post-war drama, itself that year's Best Picture Oscar winner, was an early case of a disabled actor playing a disabled role. As a young soldier in World War II, he lost both hands during a training accident. His on-screen character, Homer Parrish, was a star athlete who had also had both hands amputated during the war, and who feared his relationship with his fiancée would be ruined by the metal hooks he'd been given in their place.
I'll be all right. I just gotta work it out myself.
I could help you, Homer, if you'd let me.
I've gotta work it out myself.
The Best Years of Our Lives is often regarded as one of the most sensitively told on-screen portrayals of PTSD and the after effects of war in America.
Kodorsky! She's burning up! Get out! Get out!
Fred, wake up! Wake up!
It earned a then-staggering amount of money at the box office and nearly swept the Oscars, winning 7 of the 8 categories for which it was nominated. Journalist Kristen Lopez, whose work focuses on disability on screen, once called the movie one of the best portrayals of disability I can recommend. When the Library of Congress began adding the most culturally and historically important American movies ever made to its archive in the late 80s, The Best Years of Our Lives was one of the very first batch chosen. Despite all this, it seems like Russell wasn't expected to win his Best Supporting Actor category. He wasn't a professional actor, but had been scouted for the film by Wyler after appearing in a short government-made documentary titled Diary of a Sergeant. As a first-time actor, it seemed likely that Russell wouldn't beat out industry veterans like Claude Rains, Clifton Webb, and Charles Coburn, all of whom had been nominated for Oscars before 1946. Still, his turn in the movie was remarkable, and the Academy obviously wanted to recognize it somehow. Thus, they gave Russell an honorary Oscar, presented to him by Shirley Temple for bringing hope and courage to his fellow veterans. That was touching in and of itself. But later that night, Russell defied expectations by winning Best Supporting Actor after all, making history at the 19th Academy Awards for his unprecedented double win. Unfortunately, the exposure didn't lead to a Hollywood career for Russell. As noted by The Guardian, Wyler told him to return to college instead of pursuing acting because, quote, there wasn't much call for a guy with no hands in the motion picture industry. The Oscar winner fought ableism in other ways, serving on a committee for the employment of disabled people under several different presidential administrations. He passed away in 2002, but his memory lives on in The Best Years of Our Lives, in his historic Oscar moment, and in his work on behalf of disabled people everywhere.